Now, Luke, obviously it's been a while since we last spoke under not great circumstances, but we want to see sort of how you've been getting on in your post-retirement life and sort of how you've been spending that spare time.
Yeah, no worries. So basically, the first couple of weeks was a bit of a struggle getting over the bad news. Other than that, lockdown's kind of helped because rugby hasn't really been on, so I haven't really had to think about it. But no, I'm over the playing days now. It's gone past me. But being at work and keeping busy has helped as well.
We're here at Brunel Recycling. Can you sort of talk to me sort of how you first got involved with the company?
Yeah, so I used to run my own little gardening business, and Max actually employed me to come in and do the pitch. And then one day Brian, his brother, turned up, who obviously runs this place, coming offered me a job, and I took it. And ever since then I've sort of been here for 2.5 years now, around that. And yeah, I can't really speak highly enough of Brian and Max and Dave. They've helped me out massively, and I'm forever grateful for them.
We want players that are hard-working, honest, prepared to get their hands dirty with a can-do attitude, really. And that's why Luke is a good example. Luke grew up on a farm. He still farms in his spare time. I think how we met, he was actually doing the strimming at Albion and the grounds works at Albion, ground maintenance, and I looked at him and knew that he'd be a good fit for Brunel because he's just prepared to muck in and get on with it. I think that his playing style and his work ethic go hand in hand. He's a good lad.
In this sort of 2-year span that you've been here, you've not just sort of stuck to what you were first given, you've sort of progressed through the company.
Yeah, so at the start, when I finished the rugby, I sort of said to Brian, I was like, now I've got nothing to work towards, I kind of want to come up here and work up here and see how far I can get up here. Yeah, now I started off as a groundsman, now I'm running the site foreman and machine driver.
Luke obviously was playing. His playing and his rugby didn't affect his work. He trained, I think, 3 or 4 times a week. He was never moaned, never complained. He just got on with it. There was never never late in the mornings. And then once his rugby career ended, he sent me a message saying, "Where can I go? How can I progress? Rugby's always been my focus, but now I need something else." I had a chat with him. I said, "This is what I'm looking for." Within, I guess, 2 months, I had him in the office again. He had a pay rise, and he's now the site supervisor at Brunel. He runs the operation at Brunel day to day. He's a great asset to the company. I'd struggle if I didn't have him on my team now. He's a real asset.
Of course, rugby hasn't completely left your life yet. There is still hopefully plans for you to be involved in the future. Can you talk us through sort of what your goals are at the minute and how you hope to be involved?
To be honest with you, I spoke to Damien and Max probably about a month ago now. So that Damien's keen to get me in and sort of help the boys out with the scrum side of it. Potentially looking at a bit of helping the team managers out, Chugsy and that, helping them out. But yeah, just being in and around the club. I'm keen to help out in any way, to be honest with you. Just anything to help the boys will benefit them.
Now obviously there's lots of new faces at the club, even in the short time that you've been away, with a new head coach, new assistant coaches. Do you feel like you could bring something extra, already knowing the majority of squad and already having a history with the club?
Yeah, I mean it was an advantage to me because obviously I know most of the boys. I'm pretty close with most of them. I think it would play an advantage. I do love a good scrum. I don't know, most people don't. To be honest with you, I'd like to help out in any way I can, but I'd maybe focus on the scrum side of it.
Albion and Brunel are family businesses. How proud are you as an individual that you can sort of bring someone in who's experienced sort of both sides of the sort of family's endeavours and help develop them as an individual, both in their career and as a person?
It's really nice. It's a nice feeling. Obviously, family businesses aren't the easiest. My father and I are probably more than Max and Ellie. We have our opinions. We butt heads quite a lot, but I think that's probably because we're fairly alike. both quite strong characters. But when you sit down with a beer on a Friday and you actually look at what's been achieved and what we've done, it does make you proud. There's a nice bit of pride in that.